then does it go darker into grey and darker again? What's the darkest area? What's the colour like? What's the tone like next to it? And all these things. And from the tonal, the grayscale, we can very easily see where the light source is coming from. And just go squirt. Just do one and see what happens, because it needs a while for the water to gain traction. See, it's coming down there now. That's nice. Okay. Okay, so I've got my pedal there now. So basically I'm just going to get all these green areas in. So use whatever image you want to sort of see where you're going with that. We could start at the back and then move forward, okay? Drag down, and this last area, lay that on and drag it down. So now we've incorporated some of that green gold. We've got a nice shadow area there, and we've got a soft fusion with the land. Right, it's dry now, and what I'd like to show you is just how dark the shadow colours need to be for the cast shadows coming on these little walls. Okay, so as I usually do, I take a piece of scrap paper and make some holes in it. You can use a normal hole puncher. I've got this funny one here, single one. Leave about an inch or so in between each hole, so you've got plenty of room to try the paint out, to look at the colours, I mean, and compare, yeah, and to paint the colours on the side. Now, if I zoom in on that to show you, right, there's the green grass. And there's the cast shadow coming from these low terrace walls. Obviously photographs, you know, they kill shadows, and shadows are generally lighter than in reality than they are in photographs, and they are richer, they have more colour in them. But anyway, even with that said, if I put my little hole over there, right, as part on the shadow, you can see just how strong your shadows can go. Okay, invariably, one of the most common things watercolour artists do is they're too wishy-washy and they don't go strong enough. Okay. Near the ground and on the left hand side of some of these clumps, and I'm doing this partly still moist, okay, so it's like partly wet into wet. I've made a thirsty brush out of it, and now I'm going to bring out some highlights on this band. Okay, and let's see how that colour's doing now. So that's quite it, but it's a bit too dark. So I'm going to dilute it down, because I want it to be like a glaze. A glaze is a sort of dilute wash, okay? Very dilute wash. So I've got this big chunky size 10 brush, brown brush, and I'm going to start by adding it all the way, starting on the shadow side of the mountain. I'm adding a bit more water to dilute it down a bit more. I'm leaving some of the areas unpainted, but I definitely want this darker ridge to sort of butt up against the sky line. Bit of scumbling there, and I feel that that mountain now, the Machu Picchu peak, is a bit better.